Welcome to the Hot Slice Podcast by Pizza Today magazine. So I am your host, Denise Greer, and I'm executive director here at Pizza Today. And with me, is our esteemed editor-in-chief, Jeremy White. Hello, Jeremy.
Hey, Denise, I'm rocking the Pizza and Pineapple 24
Oh,
shirt that Josh Cowan designed for
I
Pizza Expo.
love it.
This was my favorite shirt design. I don't talk politics a whole lot. There's no doubt who I'm voting for in 24. I'm voting for Pizza and Pineapple. And on every ballot I can access Pizza and Pineapple.
I love that. And you know what? I have that same shirt too. And when I wear my Pizza and Pineapple shirt out, I get so many comments and
I do
people walk
too.
up to me wanting to have a whole discussion on the subject. So it's
Yes,
definitely
yes.
sparks conversation. So that's
I
a fun
always
thing to
get
do.
comments as well. Has anyone tried to fight you yet? Has anyone been like
Yeah,
so
yeah,
irate and angry
yeah,
that how dare you support pineapple and pizza? And,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. Somebody telling me that that I didn't know pizza because I thought pineapples belonged on pizza. So I was just like, no, I'm just gonna nod and let them be right because that's just what you got to do.
I'm here for the pineapple. I really am.
I am too. I love pineapple. All right. Okay. So what are we doing, Jeremy, today? Because it's just you and I.
Today's a fun podcast. We're doing a mailbag.
Okay.
All of us, yourself, myself, others on the Pizza Expo and Pizza Today team, we
Hmm.
constantly throughout any given week receive numerous emails from Pizza Today readers. Sometimes they just have a question like, "Hey, I
Yeah.
saw that Chris Decker recommended 2 tablespoons of olive oil in this recipe.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why?" Or so,
Yeah.
I just made that one up, of course,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's to tell us how great an article was or to talk
Hmm.
about Pizza Expo. We always get letters to the editor almost, for lack of a better word. And every once in a while we stockpile them up and we come on the podcast and we read a few and we answer them or talk about them. And it's always one of my favorite podcasts to do because we are just getting to the heart of what the pizzeria operators on the ground are saying to us. So I love it.
And I love that because I love when operators reach out to us. So let's go
Mhm.
ahead and jump this off before we even get into a single message. How can people get a hold of us? So with me, you can email me at dgreer, Greer, at pizzatoday.com.
Too easy. And I'm Jay White, JWHITE at pizzatoday.com. Super easy.
Super easy. All right. So now you've written down our email addresses. So when you have the ideas after this, you're going to send us an email.
Why not?
All right. Go for it. All right. Next.
I'm going to jump into the first letter. We had an email come in from Brenda at Brenda's Pizzeria. She is in the state of Maryland, and she attended Pizza Expo back in March. It was not her first Pizza Expo,
Okay.
and she sent in this great letter that said, "Hey Jeremy, the Pizza Expo was so good this year. We brought 12 of our staff. I love that. First off,
Wow.
before we get on, I love that. We see Nick Bogas from Caliente brings a large crew. The
Yep.
folks from Forelli's Pizza out in the state of Washington usually bring a large contingent, and there are
Yeah.
others that we see. And that's really the way to do it. We've talked about this before,
Yeah.
Denise, but we have so many seminars, demonstrations. The show floor is busy.
Yeah.
You can't be two places at once. When you bring a large crew with you, you can divide and conquer. You can hit all the seminars. So props to Brenda for that.
Absolutely. And what a reward for her team to
Yeah,
know that
right.
your operator cares about you so much that they're going to take you to an international trade show of the magnitude of Pizza Expo. I mean, it's
That's
amazing.
right. That's right. And so to Brenda's point here, she says that she brought a crew of 12 with her, and
Hmm.
she's glad she did. She said there were so many great seminars, but a few of the really good ones we were most interested in were happening at the same time. This is true. We
Hmm.
run the
Yeah.
program concurrently. We have the rooms when we have the rooms, we fill them. And so, yes, it
Yeah.
oftentimes you may want to see seminar A and seminar D, and they're both at the same time.
Yeah.
That is true. So she said, I'm really glad I brought a large staff. The seminars were all really attended. There was one day we almost didn't get to finish seeing everything on the show floor because we spent so much time in the seminars, which is really cool. And then she went on to say, last year's Pizza Pasta Northeast show were great, and the seminars there were excellent as well. It would be really nice if you could do a gelato seminar in Las Vegas. You did one in Pizza Pasta Northeast.
Yep.
It was a hit. I really enjoyed it. I think the family was from Pittsburgh that did the class. I think it was Mercurio's.
Yeah.
Anyway, could you maybe do one at Pizza Expo in Las Vegas? So, Brenda,
Yeah.
here's what I'm going to say to you. You are right. Anna Crusit from Mercurio's did an outstanding presentation on gelato in Atlantic City last year at
Yes.
PPNE. Um, let's talk Pizza Pasta Northeast coming up October 1 and 2. Anna is going to be presenting as well. She's going to talk about gelato, and not just gelato. She's going to talk about other frozen desserts besides gelato.
Yeah.
Now, Brenda, I hear you loud and clear. You want to see her in Las Vegas in 24 doing gelato and frozen desserts? Like, I'm not going to publicly make a promise right now because I've got to talk to Anna and make sure she's available and willing and
Yeah.
able. But Brenda, I hear you loud and clear. And when we are in Atlantic City in October, we will talk to Anna about doing a presentation on gelato or frozen desserts
Yeah.
in Vegas in March. How's that?
But hey, that sounds wonderful. Frozen anything is challenging, especially for pizzeria operators, because a lot of, there are some operations that are like, we pride ourselves on not having a freezer,
Yeah,
only having refrigeration.
right.
So to bring in a freezer for that, it gets kind of challenging. But I will say that having gelato is well worth it. It's just amazing. We have a pizzeria within an hour's drive of us that does homemade gelato, and you just went there, and it's amazing to be able to have house-made gelato. It's just, and the unique flavors that you get regionally when you can throw a spin on a local, like right now,
Yeah,
yesterday I went to a blueberry farm. How awesome
nice.
would that be to incorporate local blueberries into a gelato? And there's so many local products. I just think I think it's amazing.
I agree. I love gelato. I'm a big lemon fan, so you're talking about blueberry. I'm thinking like a lemon
Lemon.
blueberry flavor. I'm
Yeah.
all for it. But
Yeah.
you're right. It's not for everyone because it's not easy to manage and pull off. It takes a lot of time and dedication and expertise. So props to Brenda for asking about that. Hey, I've got another good email too, Denise, that came
All
in
right.
from Tyler Carson of Timark Restaurant Group in Rhode Island. And he said, our experience at Pizza Expo this past March was excellent. Our team found the expo floor and the seminars to be very educational, well organized, and full of great networking/partnership building opportunities.
Yeah.
It's certainly something we'd like to do again in the future. He then tells us a little bit about his business. My business partner, Mark Latz, and I formerly started Timark Restaurant Group 8 years ago. We're based out of Southern New England. We currently have 6 locations and a catering business and are currently seeing roughly
Wow.
$11 million annually in revenue.
Wow.
We are
That's
in the
good.
process of acquiring an additional location and are expecting to finish the legal process in the next 2 weeks. We employ roughly 170 team members throughout the group during the peak season. The first seminar we attended was how to sell your pizzeria for top dollar, which
Yeah.
I believe Scott Sandler led that. He
Yeah.
said it gave us some insight and ideas for the future.
Absolutely.
And then he goes on to talk a little bit more about their business. But it's always cool to me when we hear from someone who attended a seminar at one of the shows and then they reach out to us and let us know that seminar was really helpful to their business, because that's
Yeah.
the whole reason the educational programming at Pizza Expo and Pizza Pasta Northeast exist.
Yeah.
While we hope that you walk out entertained and had a little giggle here or there as well, our goal is not to entertain you. Our goal is to educate you. So it's always good to hear from people who have sat in on a seminar and said, hey,
Yeah.
I received real value out of this. That's really cool.
And that the subject matter of that, the one that they gravitated towards, valuation, what's my pizzeria worth? Those are things that I think young operators, new operators, people in their mid-career, they don't think so much about, but they should, because the more you know about how valuable your pizzeria is and where it lies, that goes straight into when you do your estate planning, which we've got somebody doing an estate
That's
planning
right.
article in the next
Mhm.
issue. So,
Yep.
um, so when you get to doing those things and trying to find out, where your next levels are, you need to know where you're at. So valuation, what's my pizzeria worth? What can I sell my pizzeria for? Knowing those things can help drive how your growth goes. So
Mhm.
if
Absolutely.
your pizzeria is worth this, this, and this, then you say,
Yeah.
well, maybe I want to grow in this direction so that I can further that growth. Or maybe I
Absolutely.
don't want to. Maybe I'm hemorrhaging money in this way. So maybe I need to switch to Delco and do it,
Right.
in this manner. So I just love, Scott did such a good job with his presentation, and he actually lived through that,
Yeah.
selling a business. So,
That's right.
that's what we try to do, is bring people in that have a lot of knowledge base. Scott is a business guy. He's super knowledgeable on the finance and the number side of the pizza business. So it's great to hear that feedback.
Yeah. And speaking of that topic specifically, Denise,
Mm-hmm.
if anyone listening and watching this podcast wants to hop on to pizzatoday.com, we have numerous articles on what's my
Absolutely.
pizzeria worth, preparing to sell your pizzeria if
Mm-hmm.
you're looking to sell your pizzeria. So we have a lot of good content on
Yeah.
pizzatoday.com, that realm.
Maybe I'll do a nice little article where I'm just going to put everything together so that we'll link right to all those fun articles. Um,
What a great idea. We've done that with the operator toolkit for National
mhm.
Pizza Month. We've done this before. Wouldn't be your first rodeo. I think it's
Yeah,
a great idea.
yeah, absolutely. Just here to support and help.
Yeah.
Looking to grow your pizzeria or restaurant? Then you'll want to try the power of a cloud-based POS system. With Hunger Rush, you'll get everything you need. This fully integrated restaurant management system allows you to easily streamline operations, accelerate the delivery process, and grow your business through Hunger Rush 360 marketing. And it's so easy to use. Want AI-powered text ordering? It's built in. Need to track orders? No problem. Schedule a personalized demo at hungerrush.com today. Performance Food Service is proud to deliver high-quality products, innovative technology, and custom operational solutions to restaurants of all sizes across the country. The flagship division of Performance Food Group, with deep roots in the restaurant industry, Performance Food Service has been the exclusive distributor of the Roma family of brands for more than 65 years. This signature relationship has allowed Performance Food Service to become a leader in the pizza and Italian segment of food service nationwide. With extraordinary pizza cheese comes extraordinary rewards. Only Baccio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese offers the Gold Club Rewards program with monthly cash back on every cheese purchase. Members also receive funds twice a year to use in their exclusive marketing store. It's their way of saying grazie to customers. Schedule a demonstration at bacciocheese.com/hotslice and discover how rewarding Baccio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese can be. Pizza is your legacy. Build it with Baccio.
So here's a good one too. This came from Drew Butler in Culver City, California, who owns Market Pizza by Drew Butler. Now, my
Mhm.
understanding is that Drew that there's a farmer's market in Culver City, and that
Mhm.
happens to have a pizza oven, and that Drew is utilizing the pizza oven at the farmer's market.
Okay.
That's my best understanding. So he says, for the last 6 months, I have operated Market Pizza by Drew Butler, and it
Mhm.
has been life changing. As a longtime home cook, I never wanted to make my passion into a profession for
Yeah.
fear of turning it into work. I'm sure we all know the saying, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. I'm doing what I love, and my customers are loving my pizza. The plethora of positive feedback, that was a mouthful, Drew, has filled my tank abundantly, more than anything else I've ever done before. I now
Yeah.
live for it, and it has made me very happy. He goes on to
Yay.
say, of course, any business owner knows it is hard work with long hours, but I'm now training my son. He is improving rapidly as a pizza maker.
Mhm.
To work beside him is a highlight of parenting. Really, it's a highlight of my life, truly. The
Yeah.
pizza world has amazing people. It's an amazing community, and it even
Mhm.
has amazing consumers. It's a fantastic industry that I'm blessed to be part of. Thank you for everything you do. I was a sponge last year at Pizza Expo. Last time I was a rookie, but now I'm a pro. Thanks for the help.
Oh, he caught the fire. That's awesome.
Really cool. So he came to Pizza Expo as a rookie. He
Yeah.
took over the pizza oven in this market. He's now training his son. He
Yeah.
is selling pizza professionally, and now he's a pro, and he's happy. He's loving it. He's loving the industry. He's loving life, and that was a real feel good story. That when I read this email from Drew, that was, I got the warm fuzzy, tingly
Yeah.
inside feeling. I was like, all right, this is what the pizza industry
Yeah.
is all about and what it's meant to be.
And there are so many people coming into the industry just like Drew, like coming in, defining how they do pizza in their own way. Which I just had somebody reach out to me about their pop-up on Instagram. They're doing pizzeria pop-ups in, I think, Brooklyn. Um, but so being able to set your own entry into the field where you don't have to designate, open a brick and mortar, invest that huge amount of capital right from the get-go
Yeah.
to test the market on your actual product. And the fact that he can do that on somebody else's oven, like that's
It's
pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen over the years instances where someone they either wanted to get into the pizza business and have a brick
Mhm.
and mortar but didn't have the capital, and so they
Mhm.
started with a food truck,
Yeah.
or maybe a brick and mortar was never their goal. They just wanted a food truck,
Yeah.
but then they got so busy out of the food truck that they're like, okay, to grow now we've got to go into a brick and mortar. But point
Yeah.
is, we've seen numerous instances. We've talked
Mhm.
to numerous people who begin with a food truck and now have a busy, high volume, high performing brick and
Yeah.
mortar location. And I wonder if Drew will be following that path,
Yeah.
just instead of out of a food truck, out of the farmer's market. Will he go from a farmer's market to a brick and mortar location? Will he go to a
Yeah.
food truck, a mobile unit, and then a brick and mortar? Will he always just stay happy and content making pizza at the
Yeah.
market? That's up to Drew. But either way, he's loving it, and I love that. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
I do. I love that. But now with the ways that you can sell pizza, you can literally sell pizza from, I mean, depending on your health codes and
Right.
getting those permits and doing the things right by law in your area. Let me preface that.
Right.
But as long as you're following the letter of the law, but you can almost sell pizza about anywhere because with online ordering, pre-ordering, and even venue ordering. So 3 of the breweries I go to locally have pizza in them. And you just use your QR code and order the pizza and it arrives at your
Yep.
table. So I'm drinking my little samplers of beer and I've got my pizza in front of me and I'm all set. So like people are doing it in a number of ways. So uh, pizza is being able to expand, or I should say the specialty pizza market, we've seen a lot of wood fired pizza or electric deck
Yep.
stone, those types of pizzas coming out. So it's an exciting time in pizza where you're wondering, where the market will sit between brick and mortars and
Yep.
the other avenues out there to make pizza. Like where are they and how do they fit into it's an interesting thing for us to watch as somebody that gauges the industry and sees what's happening.
It is. And with that in mind, Denise, we're
Mhm.
going to get to the bottom of some of that with our upcoming
Yeah.
industry report that we are about to embark upon. We did our inaugural report last year. Um,
Yes.
I have to give major kudos to you because you and I, for many years, wanted to do one, and just
Mhm.
obstacle after obstacle and challenge after challenge presented itself, and it never quite happened.
Yeah.
And stars aligned last year. We were able to pull it off. You took that football, you pick it up, you sprinted the full 100
That's
yards with it.
what
You
I do.
you
And I
worked
dance.
tirelessly, and then you did the touchdown dance because you killed it. But this report was it was it was vast. We asked a
Yeah.
lot of questions, and we really got to the bottom of what was going on, what the state of the United States pizzeria industry was reflecting. And we're doing it again. We
Yeah.
are coming up on the survey period rapidly. You and I
Yeah.
are in the
August
process of
1st.
formulating our questions and figuring out
Yeah.
what we're going to ask and kind of where we're going to take it for this year. But it won't be long before the email goes out and the survey is in the hands
Yeah.
of the people. And then
Yeah.
we sit back and we wait on all that information to come in.
Yeah. And let me just say right now to everyone listening, whether you are a brick and mortar, whether you are, you have a food truck, whether you're a pop-up, if you have a question that you think should be on that survey, you took the survey last year and you're like, Denise, why didn't you ask this question? Email me the question, because I want to know what do you want to know about other operations? What do you want to know about pizzerias that are what they're doing all over the country? What are those things that would be helpful for you and growing your business?
Yeah.
That's what I'll say. So email me. I said my email, but I'll do it again. dgreer@pizzatoday.com.
And we learned so much. I mean, Denise, we
We
are
do.
as young and beautiful as we both look. We are
We've
grizzled.
been around the block.
We've been around the block. We've been in this industry for a long time. I'm in my 23rd year. You're in your about 14th year, which again, for someone who looks 21 years old, we're
Shush.
we're killing it. We've been around the block. We've been in this
Yeah.
industry for a long time. We know this industry inside and out by virtue of all the in-depth talks we have with pizzeria owners. And having said that, we learned so much just by parsing the survey data last year.
Absolutely. And the survey is just, let's put it this way. I could probably put out 60 more reports based on the information that's available in that survey. Like, it is so vast. And luckily we're going to be able to do more things this year with it. I've got a lot more plans for what's happening with the information this year. And so what's really exciting about it is now we have comparative data. So we have the first year information. So now year 2 is when we can get really down to the nitty gritty and talk about how things have changed within 1 year. So we're going to see, where labor costs have changed, how pricing has changed, how different rates throughout the industry have changed, cost of goods, things like that. We can actually look at that and say, okay, this year it's higher, it's lower, it's whatever. We have that real information from operators around the country. So we hope that everyone participates. The more participation we get, the better this survey data is.
Yeah. And I'm probably most excited about that as well, the comparative data, because I don't expect in 1 year for there to be too much change, nothing too massive, nothing too crazy.
No.
But what we're going to find as we do this long enough, 5 years down the road, things are going to look drastically different.
Yeah.
And when exactly is that turning point going to hit? Like we know right now that Tavern Pizza is having its day in the sun, and Detroit style is still having its day in the sun.
Yeah.
But 5 years from now, what style is going to be having its day in the sun then?
You want me to make a guess? Because you know how I like to guess things.
All right.
It ends up coming to fruition, right?
All right, crystal ball.
Nope, I don't have a 5 year. I can't go out 5 years. I just can't. But I will say that pan is continuing to have its moment. All the pan varieties are continuing to shine. People are loving that crispiness of the edge of the pans. Like, it's just, people are loving pan. I just talked to Peter with Vinny's Pan Pizza last week, and that pizza was actually a bar pie put into a pan. So wow. I think innovation is the biggest thing. I don't think you're going to see like specific styles rising. I think you're going to see adaptations of styles. You know what I mean? Like changing things up, doing things differently. I think that's what a lot of young and new pizza makers are wanting to do, is they're wanting to put their own spin on it. So they're, introducing their own flours. They're introducing, the different types of blends, their fermentation process, what if they're using sourdoughs or not using sourdoughs, room temperature rise versus refrigeration. They're just changing things up to be unique unto themselves.
Right. And the cooking source and the style of oven comes in waves, because it wasn't that long ago where the craze was wood burning oven, and then let's go back to a gas fired deck oven, and let's move, and that's always going to change and come in and out. Now, don't get me wrong, those ovens are always going to be popular. All those ovens are always going to be popular. There's always going to be a place for a wood burning pizza. There's always going to be a place for a rotating deck oven. All those are always going to be here. But you see that the trends where it goes from this style of pizza, or maybe it's a thicker pizza with a longer bake, and it needs a different cooking surface. And then here comes the thinner pizza that cooks really, really hot, and now it's wood. And it's so, whether it's Neapolitan in vogue, or whether it's a New York style or a tavern or whatever, hey, maybe the upside down pie is going to have.
I love that upside down pie.
I
still think about that Tony's upside down pie that I had that one time with the sauce on top. That thing was amazing.
Maybe that's going to have its day in the sun in future.
I hope everyone out there, try doing an upside down pie. Just try it. Just make it. We've got a recipe on pizzatoday.com. Maybe I'll put it in the show notes. And if you go in there and try it, tag us on social media. I want to see what yours looks like, because I want to drool over them.
Man, I'm just realizing, Denise, what an opportunity I missed. The Atlantic City show, we've got the Artisan Bakery East paired up with Pizza Pasta Northeast. I love the upside down pizza. And then my favorite cake that my wife and my sons give me every year on my birthday is pineapple upside down cake. And I missed a real opportunity we should have done a demo where we have Tony G come make an upside down pizza, and then we have Chef Mitchie come make a pineapple upside down cake. I'm kicking myself. I screwed up there. Maybe next
year. That John Gutekunst made an upside down pineapple pizza on pizzatoday.com. So I'll find that one too and put that in the show notes, because that one was really good too. Unique, very unique. But very unique. Really,
so
really
we need to get to pizzatoday.com, kids, for two things. We need to read up on John Gutekunst pineapple upside down pizza, and we need to check out the how to determine what your pizzeria is worth. There are two great articles on pt.com you need to get to now.
And don't worry, we'll put that in the show notes. You'll have a link right to it. So all right, so what do we have next, Jeremy? You've got more.
It's so funny, Denise, that you brought up John Gutekunst, because our last letter is about none other than the one and only Johnny G.
All right, the headline writer extraordinaire, the award-winning headline writer.
Yeah, this comes from Ian Gerfield. Ian's Pizza, Madison, Wisconsin. It's short and sweet. There's really no question, just a brief comment, but it's just, hey, I've really been enjoying John Gutekunst's columns on dough in Pizza Today magazine. Well, Ian, you're not alone, my friend. We're really enjoying it as well. John is unique. He's got a military background. He's got a fine dining background. He cut his chops in some great restaurants in Chicago.
He's been everywhere.
We had him as a keynote speaker at Pizza and Pasta Northeast in Atlantic City, and we got to really hear some great stories about, what was it, Johnny Cash? I've been everywhere, man. Is that the song? Johnny G's been John Gutekunst has been everywhere. He's done everything. He's creative. He experiments. He's not afraid to fail. He will try French fries and tater tots and ketchup on a pizza. He'll try anything. And but so when he started doing some dough articles for us, it just his passion and his knowledge shines through, and it never ceases to amaze me either.
Absolutely. Well, and as his editor, I edit his articles, and he'll say, Denise, do you want? He's like, you don't want me to go, you don't want me to go down the rabbit hole and get real deep into this. Like, no, I really do. I want you to go deep into the subject. I want all of the dough geek talk. I want it all. I was like, I want to see more of that. So he loves it because I'll just let him go. Now, sometimes his articles come in really, really long, but then we can divide it out into 2 articles if we need to. So it's pretty
Like I
fun.
said, he's not afraid to fail. He will experiment. I'm waiting. I mean, I'm waiting on him to say, I flew to South America. I trekked by foot for a fortnight deep into a Mayan jungle where I had to fight off spiders and piranhas and all sorts of beasts. And I barely made it out alive, but I came out alive from the jungle with this one little ingredient right here that I found. And I'm going to put it on a pizza. And it's like, John, what are you doing? And that's John. That's his excitement, his enthusiasm for trying new things.
Yeah, I love it. And he's actually a forager too. So that
Yes, he is.
if you follow him on his Instagram, you'll see a lot of his foraging, and then you'll see him go back into his kitchen and incorporate some of that foraged food into his dough recipe ideas. So it's kind of fun.
We're in Italy. We're in Parma, Italy, in about 2018, maybe 5-6 years ago. And John disappears for the day, comes in the next day with a backpack. Look what I've got. Opens up the backpack, pulls out the biggest, dirtiest truffle you've ever seen in your life. I mean, the thing's massive,
Oh, wow.
They go out. My understanding is sometimes dogs, sometimes pigs, and I'm not sure what they were using, but they sniffed them up, they dug them up, and they're expensive.
Truffles expensive.
This is a big boy. I mean, this is a big one. Its value is Hope Diamond here. All right. It's a big boy. And he's like, oh, you got to try this. So he's like, literally breaks a piece off. It's got dirt all over it. I'm like, I'm not putting, full disclosure, as you know, I don't like truffle that well. I can't stand truffle oil. I don't like the smell of it. And I don't like the taste of it when it's drizzled on my pizza. That's just me personally. Right. So he's like, oh, here, take a big bite of this. And it's this big, muddy disaster of a thing that I'm not about to put in my mouth, but he was very proud of it, no doubt.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So his last article, he hit a home run with that one. It was amazing on the crumb structure. So, which he called the guts of the pizza, which I thought was fun. And we even brought him onto the podcast a couple weeks ago to talk about it. So if you haven't listened to that podcast, you definitely should. And you should read that article. Now I can hint and tell you there's going to be an upcoming article in, I don't know, maybe August or September on thin and crispy, thin and cracker crusts. So he had pitched that idea to me and I'm like, go. Yes, go. Yes.
My mouth is watering.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's right up our alley since we're Midwest. We're like all about the thin and cracker.
That's right. Well, hey, so I want to say thanks to Ian, Brenda, Tyler, and Drew. I think I covered the 4 that we read. Thanks for your messages into us. We get a lot of messages. We just can't answer them all on a podcast, but we will do this again sometime. It's something we periodically do. So we will do it again sometime. So feel free to Greer at pizzatoday.com, White at pizzatoday.com. Stay in touch with us. Let us know what is on your mind.
Right on. Okay. Well, let's just close it out then. This is just such a fun show. I love being able to just sit and talk about the subjects that we get to dive into every day. Me too. So get out there and experiment around and let us know what you're doing because we really want to know, and we'll catch you on the next episode.